One second, everybody. I'm just coming on live now. Yes. I'll be right with you all. What is it? Okay. Let's see if I find it this way. Not over there. Let's see. Comments. There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So today, I wanted to do kind of like a quick little demo and share the new tags that I created that are going to be added to the shop on July the 1st, okay? And so I just wanted to come on and share that with you and also create with one of them, and kind of do a little bit of a mixed media tag. So I'm super, super, super excited for that. Good morning, Cindy. Let me just, oh, my quality looks terrible. Let me just fix my own quality over here. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got a mess and a half. Hold on. There we go. Let's see if that's better. Sorry for the shaky camera. I was running late. As you can see, I have a hot mess going on over here. So let's see if that's a little bit better. Let me just focus it. Bring the camera up a little bit. There we go. Okay, let me just zoom in and see how good that looks. So give me a second while I set it up so that I can show the tags and stuff like that. Then we're gonna pick one and we're gonna work on it. And there's a delay, so I have to give it a minute. So how are you doing this morning, Cindy? Let's see how this looks over here. Okay, let me zoom it in a little bit more. There we go. I think that's pretty decent right there, if I do say so myself. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. Let's get this kind of squared away. You feel like you're upside down? Oh no. Well, it's been kind of like a hectic start to this morning, that's for sure. I went to sleep so late yesterday, like working on these tags. And then like I didn't even really sleep well last night. So it was too hot. It was too hot. Like it was just like just felt icky. Even with the AC running and everything else in its mother running. So all right. So I have some tags that I've been working on. Now we're gonna I have two basic tags that I mean I call them kind of basic because they're basically like generic shapes. And then I have three that are actual, designed shapes. This one was, rather simple to make. Like I said, these were pretty standard, pretty generic, because I know not everybody likes the crazy wild style. So this is more of a generic tag. And they're gonna be, let's see if I got the little ruler thing right here. This one is about 8 inches by 5 inches. So this one is 8 by 5. Let me write that down in case I end up having to answer that again. So it's 8 by 5. And this is just, like I said, my basic tag shape. It's got a nice little opening here so that you can either hang it or, you got a nice little pull tab if you're going to use them for like journals and stuff like that. And I could make this in any sizes that you want with this shape here. And I did draw these out, like, even though they are pretty standard, I did draw them out. And I call this one like the little school tag because that's what kind of reminds me of. I made it so that it kind of has like this little, you know, like the little rooftop of the school again with the little pull opening there. And then I when I drew it, it looked like stairs. But you know how they are. Yeah, you know me. I like to work on big things, and since predominantly use these types of tags, or I'm gonna be using these types of tags for like mixed media and stuff like that, I need them a little bit larger. But if you need them for like journals or like, you know, other things, I can make them different sizes. So you just kind of have to let me know what size it is that you're kind of looking for. And these I can definitely make them in just about any size. Honestly, I can make these in about any size because they, you know, they're not too detailed. So the machine doesn't, you know, it doesn't flinch. It just cuts the shape out. It's not a problem. So I can make these as small or as large as you like. These two right here. Now on my shaped tags, that might not be so easy. Yeah, it kind of does look like a birdhouse a little bit. So I mean, that was like the premise of it, for it to look kind of like a house. However you want to use it is fine. I can definitely see putting an opening here and adding like a little birdie inside, or like a little sticker of a birdie, or collage of a birdie, or something like that. Or you can grab maybe some Tim Hall paper dolls. If you go to Sassoon's Vintage World, he did a whole series on I don't know if you were aware of these little wooden houses that Dollar Tree was selling. Well, he grabbed a whole bunch. Well, I grabbed a whole bunch, and you know, he grabbed a few. But I ended up giving them all to him because he ended up making the most amazing series with it. If you haven't seen that, you need to go check that out. It's so freaking cool. And he did like all different kinds of vintage scenes with the houses. So this kind of feeds a little bit on that. And I was telling him that yesterday. He just looked at me from the side. But I'm like, look, it reminds me of the house series that he did. So like I told him, like, look, it reminds me of the house series that you did, but this is tags. So it's a little bit different. But it's still kind of like the same. Same, but different. But yeah, you can do like so many different things to this, and you could totally like texturize, you know, you could go totally mixed media and add, like I said, some Tim Hall little paper dolls, or you can add all different kinds of things to this. You can make any kind of scene with this. Home Sweet Home, you can do all different types of stuff with this one. And then you guys, oh my god, you knew that I had to come out with something crazy. And I'm like super excited about this. I really am, because I believe these to be exclusive to me, in the sense that I've never seen anything like this anywhere around, for what they're meant to be and what they're for. I could be wrong, but this is what I believe. This is what I think. And I'm gonna get a piece of white paper because one of them does a really cool effect, and I want you to be able to see it properly. So let me see if I find some paper here somewhere. Or maybe, you know what, I'm going to use one of my stencil sheets since it's all white. And hopefully you'll be able to see it there. But yeah, we have the basic tag is 8.5 by 5. Oh, I didn't tell you how big the house was. The house is about 7.5. If you just count the house itself, the house is about 4.5 width. But with the stairs, it brings it to about 6 3/4, give or take. But the house width is about what I said, 4.5, 4 3/4. So this is 4 3/4 in width. This is about 7, I said. The whole tag is about 7.5, and with the base, it comes out to 6 and some change, right? Yeah, 6 3/4. So that's how big that one is. Good morning, New York freestyle. How you doing, love? How you doing, my friends? What is your name, please? That's Tanya. Her name is Tanya. Tanya from the Bronx. No, but she's from Florida now. Used to be, right? Right, Tanya? And so, oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm gonna leave what I believe to be the best for last. So I'm gonna leave the best for last. Someone put him inside. Oh my god. All right, so the first one that I got is what I like to call Enchanted Mirror. Originally, I was just gonna share this one today, But I just got some news that they're gonna be doing some repairs in my house. Well, they're gonna be painting my whole entire apartment, and my apartment is really, really large. So I don't know how many days that's gonna take, or when that's even gonna start taking place. I know that they're coming this week, but I haven't really set up the date with them yet. And I know that I'm gonna be kind of hectic and crazy between, moving all furniture, moving all of the stuff so that they can paint properly because they gotta paint properly, and doing all of that stuff. So I don't really know what's gonna be happening with my release schedule for July. Plus, it's my birthday month. My birthday is July the 9th. So it's fastly approaching. Yet another year, yet another year. Um, but this is my enchanted mirror. You can use it as a mirror. You can create basically anything you want. To me, it looks like an enchanted mirror, right? It's got that pretty shape. That's that big scallop here, and then the little scallop on the sides. And then to me, it's like I had it for Halloween, with one of the digital papers that I created for the Halloween. One of the pages had like this window that I made into it, and I had like like the curtains kind of flowing all over the place. So this kind of reminds me of that, like of the curtains kind of flowing. It could also be a window. You can totally turn this into a window if you want. Like you could do, like I said, many, many different things. It's all about your creativity, your imagination, and how you push it. Um, and where it kind of guides you. So you can see this as many, many different things. So to me, it looked kind of like an enchanted mirror, with the ornate top. I try to give it like a little ornate top here. And then this to me kind of reminds me of like when the wind is blowing and you have like, you're like in this mystical castle, and the mirror is like enchanted. So you got like all this mist and all this stuff kind of flowing around it. So that's kind of the premise for this. And that's why I kind of call it the enchanted mirror, but you can call it the enchanted window, whatever you want to, whatever you end up turning it into. Um, and I'm gonna have a lot more tags, shaped tags, that I'm gonna be adding to the store. I'm gonna try to, now that I'm in the groove of this, I'm gonna try to add a few here and there, and just keep kind of, growing the collection. So this is gonna, I don't know exactly how many, but I think right now I'm gearing towards 4, if you get the large, and if you get the smaller size, then it's probably gonna be between 6 and 8, depending on how small they are. Um, Again, this one I think is one of those that I can shrink a little bit, but I can't shrink too much because of the ornate top. This part wouldn't be so much of a problem, but this part definitely will. The smaller that it gets, the more hard it becomes to kind of, cut it out and stuff like that. Yes, it would be. It would be, but I for right now, that's definitely something on the list. Eventually, I already found out some information about it, so that is something that hopefully, with time, and if the business keeps growing and producing well, I'll be able to start investing into that, because that is an investment, to put that in there. For this one, the smallest that I can do will probably be, as far as height. Let me see how big this is, because this is pretty large. Um, let's see. This one is actually 10 inches. I think it's 10 by 7. Yeah, it's 10 by 7. This one and all the other ones that I'm going to show you are 10 by 7. So I can probably shrink this down to maybe 5 inches. 7 is the width and 10 inches is the height. So I could probably shrink it down to like 5 inches, and in width, I can probably shrink it down a little bit more. But I will have to test run it first and see if I can, what's the smallest. And once I add these to the store, because they haven't been added, I'm going to be working on that. What? You have a brother in the hospital? Tanya, Dios mío. Ah, Andito, mi amiga. That's very sad, my friends. Wow. Well, I wish you and your family the best, and honestly, my prayers will be with you today for sure, my friends. And if you need me, hit me up. You know how. My phone, is garbage, but all other social medias are still active. So if you need somebody to talk to, you know what to do. I'm here for you. Man, that sucks. That's like the baddest news. Bueno, you got me stuck now. Like, how do I continue from a statement like that? Like, oh man. But yeah. All right, let me try to refocus again. But I am really, really deeply sorry, my friends. That is heartbreaking. Oh no, Cindy. You too. It is. And I pray to God that I never have to be in that situation because it was bad enough and it was hard enough for me to tell my mom that her mom passed away. So like, yeah. Okay, let me drink some coffee. Let me clear the palate. Let me try to focus. Because you know I'm like uber emotional. Okay. So I believe that the smallest I can get this is like about 5. But again, don't quote me on that. I haven't added them to the store because I'm going to be adding them, I believe, for July the 1st is when they're going to become available, which is in a couple days. So I'm going to be doing that the next couple of days and then just activating it. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I cut this out in a smaller size. Like, let me see if I have one here. Because I know I did cut them out. I have quite a few. I have quite a few of them here. I know I did cut them out. See, these are all the same. These are all the same size now. I know I did cut out a smaller size. This one's smaller. This one's narrower, but it's not smaller. So let me see. Oh, this one's smaller. This one's smaller. Okay, so I have one smaller here. Yay! Okay, I thought I hadn't cut that one out, but I guess I did. All right, so this one's smaller. Um, and I have a lot of friends that like a lot of crafty peeps that like to work on smaller tags. So this one's a little bit smaller. This one is about 8.5 in height, but the width is and remember we're working basically with this part here. The rest of the part is just decorative. So if that is the case, then we're at 3 3/4 for the tag area, with without including in the shaped sides. Good morning, Dorinda. How are you doing, love? And yes, many, many hugs to you, my friends. Bueno. So this is gonna be like I said, I can make this, and they look larger, probably in the video than they are, but I mean, look at my hand, and it's not that big. Just looks, it's got a lot going on, so it looks, larger. But the working surface is not that big. Well, thank you for joining me. In case you haven't heard, I've opened up shop. It's called happydaycrafts.com for all of your chipboard silhouette needs and stencils and more. I know. Yeah, yeah. Florida got out of control. A lot of places got out of control. And I was so surprised about that too, because like, you would think that with everything going on that they would do the mostest to like say like, hey guys, they didn't catch us, haha, but they did the total opposite. Like what the heck? Um, so this is the largest one, and then I think that this will probably be the smallest that I can get away with. And again, that's quite a difference in size. That's quite a difference in size. I'm gonna kind of edge them up. This one's a lot more wider, so you have a lot more space. And I could totally see this being turned into like a journal or like a album or something like that, because I got the opening. You could totally tie this up right here on the side. And create like a flip, create like a little album type of thing that you can decorate, and just decorate kind of like the inside and do like a mixed media everywhere else, like paint it or decorate it however you want, and then do like your collaging or your journaling area here in the center. So like there's different ways that you can use it. I totally can see some of these being used in more than one way. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you do happen to stop by the store, please don't forget to sign my guest book. I've had a lot of people that shop and they don't sign it, and I'm like, sign the guest book. Stop being a mystery shopper. All right, so let's get back to the did I put them together? I think I did. I think I did. All right, so I showed you guys, like I said, I have the two basic tags. This one's more like a little house. You can turn this into a birdhouse, like Cindy suggested. She's like, you could totally use that for a birdhouse. Yes, you can. But you could do many other types of scenes with this that are either school related, home related, you know, birdhouse related, however you want to use it, that's fine. So we have that. We have the larger basic tag, which is basically what this one is. It's just like a basic tag, just with a little bit of a scallop top. Okay, and then because you guys know that I'm nuts, right? If it hasn't been proven yet, stick around, little shorty. You'll surely figure that out sooner rather than later. Yeah, her brother's not gonna be with us for much longer, Dorinda. That's the sad news for Sunday. So this one, okay, and this one started, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this one started like a mummy kind of coffin tag. So this is like a coffin tag, right? So we have in the center, and I'm gonna make other ones as well. But then I was like, you know what? It kind of looks like when I first started to draw it out, it didn't have like all of the little arms. So it was just kind of floating around. I was like, oh, I'm gonna call this one like a mummy tag or something like that, like a mummy coffin tag. But then it's like I'm looking at it and just how everything kind of like started together, I was like, I can make this like a scorpion or like a crab or something like that. So I decided to do a hybrid of both. And you guys know my imagination, right? It's like woo, all over the place. So this one is like a scorpion. I'm gonna call this the scorpion tag. The scorpion coffin tag is what this one's gonna be called. Because again, we got the coffin shape. And this one's pretty wide because this one's more ornate. This one's more like a coffin. So, you know, the shape of it is more like a coffin, is more tapered towards the bottom. So you don't have too much room for this. However, I'm thinking that I'm going to widen this out maybe and make it a little bit wider so that you have more room in that coffin area to kind of like create with. But I'll have probably both, you know, both ways. And this one as well, you can probably shrink it down a little bit, but not too much. I wanted them to be different. You guys know that I try to be as unique and as original as possible, especially when it comes to anything to do with designs. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, thank you. And again, you can totally make this into like little albums or like little journals because you have all these different openings here that you can just basically, you know, once you put a clip in it or you tie it up or however you end up, you know, putting them together, you can totally make like a really cool looking kind of book. You can also use this to put it on top like a cover, you know, like when you how you decorate your covers, you can totally use this to like decorate a cover. Let's say you wanted to do something that was like ancient Egypt or you know something to do with travel or deserts, or even if you wanted to do something to do with like let's say the zodiac, you know, because this is kind of like a hybrid between Cancer and Scorpio. So you know if you wanted to do something like that, then you can totally get away with doing that. If you wanted to get really crazy, you can totally like cut some of these parts out and leave them so that it's just open, and then it'll go back to being a mummy coffin. Because that's the original style for this, was the mummy coffin. So, and it's got its little stinger here in the bottom, and she's got little arms, and she's ready to snip, and then she's got some other little things here. And then we have the scorpion, you know, stingers here in the front as well, because she fights from the front and from the back. Because you know nowadays you gotta have eyes in all places, right? So she's ready to fight from both sides. But you guys, oh my god, I'm gonna show you the next one. The next one is like my favorite right now, and the reason why is because it's so stinking cool. How it ended up coming out and the effect that it has, I think is amazing. And I've never seen that again in anything to do with chipboard tags or anything like that. So these will definitely be exclusive to my store. There are no dyes, there are no digital downloads, and there are no images available for anything like this anywhere, because I did make sure that I search as far and wide as I possibly could. My next one, I'm gonna call it Octo Fish. This is the Octo Fish Tag, and I'm gonna tell you why it's Octo Fish. Because when you look at it like this, and it's kind of like a banner. I did it kind of like in a banner shape. Um, but when you look at it like this, it looks like kind of like like octopus, right? It's kind of like, you know, it has that octopusy kind of feel. Ooh, it has the octopus kind of feel. Lord, let me take a sip of coffee. Right? So it looks like an octopus because you know, I might have a delay between what I say and what I see. Um, so it looks like an octopus when it's like this, right? But when it's like this, it looks like a fish. Yes. And you could totally hang this like a, you know, on the side because I've made the little openings there on the side. So you could totally hang that on the side and it'll be a fish. And then when you have it the other way, it could be an octopus if you use it straight up, and then you could just put your little strings through there and then, you know, hang it up that way if you're gonna hang it. But if you go like this, then it's a fish. And I think that's super cool because I've never seen that before. Right? Am I delusional here? Am I bugging out? Does it not look like a fish when you put it to the side and when you put it on the side? To me, it does, and it looks like something that belongs in the Jupiter collection. So I think that's where I'm going to put this one because that's where all the other, you know, crazy looking kind of nautical sea animals are. Thank you, Cindy. Hopefully, I never get senile because if I do, those people are gonna have a heck of a time with the kind of stuff that's gonna fly on. Because I think by then I probably won't know what's real and what's not real with all this stuff, with all these designs and all of this stuff. But I think it's super cool, and I can make this one in a smaller size. Well, this one is smaller. It's a little bit different here because I went back into it and and opened these, you know, these sides up, but it'll be basically like this but smaller. This is how it originally started, but I decided that I needed those openings to be just a little bit bigger. I needed those openings to just be a little bit bigger for me. I wanted them to have more, you know, more activity, more activity happening to them. So basically, I went back in and kind of just opened these out. If you notice, I opened this out as well. But I left everything else kind of the same, and you totally see the tag shape right here. So we have the tag shape. Again, it's like a banner tag shape that I've got going on, and then I added the little fins in the bottom to give it that fishy kind of look. And I just be all over the place. It's like ink blocks, right? That's what they call it. Those therapeutic cards, those ink blocks. Ink blocks, right? Blocks, BLOTS, not blocks. So yes, you guys, these are the tags. These are the tags. I'm super excited. I'm super, super, super excited because it's like every time I turn on that program and I go to, like, you know, draw, and I'm like, okay, let me draw. And I've been in kind of like an odd way for the past couple of days. Like I've just been kind of like all over the place. And so it was really nice to be able to kind of like just sit down and kind of like, you know, just design. I think today I'm going to work on the Enchanted Mirror because I did cut out multiples of this one in the larger size so that I can kind of put them together. Are these the same size? I think this one's small. This one's smaller. This one's not it. This one's not it. See this one? Gotta figure out which one of the two it is. Yeah, I think it's this one. All right. So these are it, and again, they're gonna be available on July the 1st. That's when I'm gonna I'm gonna put them up. There might be other tags that I didn't share with you guys here that are gonna be added on July the 1st. So if you're interested in any of these, just let me know. Again, if you want like a smaller size, I cannot guarantee you that I can make it the size that you are necessarily requesting, but I will try to see how small I can get them for you if that's something that you're interested in doing. You just have to let me know ahead of time so that I can kind of, you know, test run them for you. Basically, what I would tell you is let me get the smallest size that you would want and then the biggest size that you would want so that I can try to find a happy medium where my machine will agree with me and then I can agree with you. And then that'll work that way. But I think that I can get some of these in a smaller size because I know like Like I said, I was able to get this one rather small. And I know that it'll be a little bit easier since some of the openings are actually a little bit wider. And I do plan on making more. This honestly was a happy coincidence. It just so happens that just the way that I was designing it and how it was coming out. I was working on it, you know, on a portrait, on the portrait side. But then when I cut it out and I had it on my table and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, it looks like a fish too. So I was like, yay, super cool, right? You can't go wrong with that. So stay tuned for those. And I've already shared some butterflies and things like that that I'm going to be adding. I'm going to try to make an official release for this month. Again, I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to because they're going to come and paint in my apartment. My apartment is really, really large. I have a lot of stuff. You know, it's a lot of people here. And, you know, it's pretty big. So I have a lot of work to do ahead of me. So that's the reason why I kind of did this ahead of time, just to kind of put this out there just in case I didn't have any time. Because I know that they're going to be coming this week. So I don't know what's going to be happening within the next couple days. And they're going to be painting and working and repairing my bathroom, hopefully doing a whole rehaul on that thing because that whole thing needs to be redone. I'm tired of fighting with them over it. I basically wrote them a not so nice email because I had to renew my lease. And I'm like, listen, you know, I've been here for a long time. Like, you have a good tenant here. Why don't you treat me as such? Paint my house, please. I've been asking you for years. And a 3x5 and a 3x5. So 5 being the height, right, and 3 being the width. Just when you get a chance, DM that to me either on Instagram. I don't know if you follow me on Facebook or not, but if you don't, then just DM that information to me on Instagram so that I can just have it there so that when I go check it out, I can write it down. So let's put this away and let's get this enchanted tag started. And I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. Honestly, I really don't. I wanted to make an enchanted mirror, so what I was thinking was that I can kind of decorate, you know, all of the outside and then kind of draw somebody in there if that's something that I wanted to do. But if not, we can do something else with it. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna start kind of doing this together and starting to gesso it. That's what I'm gonna do. Kind of to get that ball rolling. And let me just glue these together. I don't even know if I need to glue these together. Maybe I don't. Because this chipboard is really, really sturdy. If you've purchased these before, then you know that they're really, really sturdy, the chipboard. So I don't necessarily know if I need to. I'm debating. I'm gonna put this to the side. If I feel like it's you know, I'm adding too much to it and I need to back it up, then I'll glue that on it. But I'm not gonna waste time gluing that on it now. I'd rather do this. And so let's see. I'm trying to find a piece of junk chipboard. I usually have them laying around somewhere, but I don't see them today. All right, so let's just get into this. Let's get into this. Let's start playing around with this baby and see where this baby's gonna go. See where it's gonna lead us. Good morning, Monica. Tanya Cindy knows. She's a repeat shopper. She's a repeat customer, my friends. She's good. I think she knows. And she knows she got me on Instagram as well. So I'm gonna start by just kind of gessoing these shapes. And this is gonna fall under the chipboard shapes, chipboard shape tags, because again, I don't know how many different shapes I'm gonna make or I'm gonna end up having in the collection. So I'm just gonna call it shaped tags for now. They might fall under different categories depending on their themes. Like I know for a fact that my Octo Fish, I'm gonna put in the Jupiter collection because I think it fits perfectly with the Jupiter collection, honestly. It's almost like they were meant to be with each other. But they're all my tags are gonna be under one category, so I just have to create that category and add it there. but it's gonna be under the shaped tags most likely. Let's see. I only cleaned this thing to mess it up again, so. No, you tired, Monica? It's Sunday, girl. It's the best day to rest. Just want to do that. And dry this really quickly. And it doesn't have to be like uber crazy because we're gonna do a whole bunch of other stuff to this as well. I have my dryer right here. I almost canceled today because I was gonna stay in bed. Almost. That's the same thing I told myself this morning, Monica. I was like, Mija, get up. You need to get up, girl. Don't do it because you overdo it. Then you'll be sleeping till the afternoon. So get up. So I had to like force myself today to get up. Okay. Let's see. I want to add some stuff to this. So I got a whole bunch of little things here. Let's see what we add. I don't know, but we're gonna start pulling out stuff out of my junk drawer, and that's literally what it is, the junk drawer. I don't know if I want to use those. Some stuff to see where we go. Some feathers. I have no idea. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of little stuff here and there, and I don't know what's what. Whole bunch of little things, and I never get ready because that defeats the purpose of being unprepared. So, ooh, how thick are these little frames? Let's see. I don't know. I don't think so. They're not too thick, and I don't really like them. Let's see. Got a little baggie here. I'm just looking for all different kinds of whatever I have. Whatever I have in here. Ooh, I know what I have too that I want to add in here. Some appliques. 7 should say, oh no, that's just wrong. Right? All right, let's see. That's too big. Where's my tag? Let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Will it? Well, it'll at least go around the edges, so I might just do that. Well, I got more. Yay, project complete. All right, that's it, you guys are done. All right, let's see. So we got that so far. A little something, right? And let's see what else. I gotta glue that in place. Corrugated board, maybe? Corrugated, not corrugated. You guys heard how I said that? I said corrugated board. Corrugated. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. I could put this. I think will look nice. Those I think will look really nice in there. So, and I'll get this to add some kind of sentiment, I guess, to it. So let's see how we go about this whole thing. I think if that's the case, then I can definitely add some texture. So I'm gonna work with some stickers. I'm thinking that these are very vibrant, so I think that those might look nice. So I'm gonna work with some stickers, and I'm gonna add some corrugated board. I pulled some feathers out. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna adhere some of these on there as well, maybe, and see what we get. Napkin wise, maybe I'll use a little bit of that, but I think that's where I am for right now. And we'll see what other little embellishments I add. And what I'm gonna do before I forget is turn my glue gun on, because I know I'm gonna need it. July. The tags, the shape tags will be in July, along with the some of the other chipboards that I've done. Like let me see. Where are they? Where are they? I think I have them here. So really, usually then I have to go check out the store. I've got butterflies. I've got all different types of things. I have characters. I have just all kinds of stuff. It's not too, it's not too much because I just opened up the store in May, but I have a pretty decent. I even have journals that we've been working on. I might as well get some of my stencils out because you're gonna need them probably. You have the CBJs, which are my chipboard journals, and basically you get to decorate them. They come raw, in the natural form, and then you get to decorate them however you want. And I've been basically working on this. I have more, more stuff to do to it. So we'll be doing an art journaling session in the next couple of days, hopefully, if I'm able to. But I'll keep you guys posted via my community. I'll still be able to fill orders, I believe, for the most part, because I run my stuff on my laptop, so it should be okay. I should be able to, put my stuff somewhere and be able to do what I gotta do. But I'll let you guys know. Just in case I do end up running into some kind of a delay with completing the orders. I'm saying it from right now that I do have maintenance and stuff is going to be happening in my house. So that might be an issue. And I have all different kinds of stencils. These are all designed by me. All different kinds of stencils. So like I said, definitely go and check that out. Oh, maybe I can do the grotto. I can probably use the grotto there. Maybe some bubbles. No, I don't know about bubbles on that one. Definitely the grotto might go there. So I might use the grotto for that. This is Sal the octopus. And we're building slowly but surely. Slowly but surely we're building. Thank you, Dorinda. I'm in love with them too. Yes, Tanya, God is good. And persistence definitely pays off. And believing in yourself and not letting yourself go is definitely like the biggest thing that I would tell somebody is like don't stop. Don't stop. Keep pushing forward. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks but you. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. So I'm thinking, because I do want to kind of like add I do kind of want to add some stuff in here, so I don't know. Because let me tell you, if it wouldn't have been because of my perseverance, I wouldn't be here. Because many have tried to trip me along the way, but I didn't give up on myself. I kept pushing, and thankfully, I did have some good friends that were real friends and genuine friends from the day one that supported me all along the way and encouraged me to keep on going. Okay, so I think I like that color. Yay, Dorinda. Awesome sauce. Yes, I love you too, my friends. So, let's see. Let's plug this baby in, because if we don't plug it, we ain't doing nothing. Let's plug this in and get this going. And let's see. I think what I'm going to do before I start gluing this, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some of this on there and collage some of this down. Let me put this stuff to the side. Once I collage this down, then I'll start to add like the little accent pieces or whatever it is that we're going to be using. I think I like this part here. Since I'm going to be adding flowers to this anyway, I think I kind of like that part there. So what I'm going to do, I don't need all of it. And it doesn't matter to me if how clean or crazy it looks. No, Dorinda. And you know YouTube can be very bittersweet. Very bittersweet. You literally have to be very strong-minded and strong-willed to survive this place, let me tell you. Because it does put you on a roller coaster ride without you paying admission. Thank God I'm not scared of heights. And I don't get nauseous or seasick easily. I still won't go to the beach though, because I don't like Jaws. I was watching a TikTok video, and it scared the hell out of me because as soon as I saw it, I thought of Tanya, because it was like the girl was like surfing, or she was trying to surf, or she was gonna go surfing, and she's like running into the ocean with her surfboard, and everybody's like cheering her on, yeah, yeah, yeah. And as soon as she hits the water, like Jaws came out and ate her. I was like, oh hell no. I was like, oh heck to the no. This is why I don't play with the beach, or the other version of that word. Because them sharks come out of nowhere. I was like, oh heck no. And hubby was saying, oh, we gotta go to the beach. I'm like, homeboy, you gonna buy your damn self. You gonna leave me here on land, okay? I can bring me a cup of the beach. I'll take it in a cup. But keep the rest to yourself. I'm good. I'm good. All right, so let me just kind of, and like I said, I don't care if this kind of gets a little bit crazy. I probably could have done this with my hands and avoided having to do all this nutsy stuff. But this is probably not the way to cut this, you guys, as you guys can see. Thank God I have coffee in my system. That definitely keeps me going and it keeps me alive, keeps me sane. Oh, let me turn the bottom off. Yeah, because I don't care if it's all squiggly looking. I actually prefer it to be kind of all ratatouille-like. Because this is gonna go like in the center somewhere. I've been taking my allergy pills, and this thing on my nose been running, you guys, so I do apologize if it sounds a little icky through the camera. I'm not playing, Dorinda. I told him, bring me a cup. Bring me a cup, because I couldn't deal with that thing in full circle. I'm going to stay on the dock. Like, you could go all the way up there, play with the seagulls and stuff. I'm going to be over here holding onto the pole. Like, no. Yeah, wet brush always works better. I know how to do it. I just, I got weird for 2 seconds. All right, let's see. Where's my glue? I do that every now and then. I just do the complete opposite of what my brain tells me. That's when I get in trouble. So this year I'm trying to learn to listen to it more and not go against it as much because it tends to be right. Even though I hate to admit it, because you always want to be like, no, you never know. No, sometimes you know. Like Jaws, I know he's in there. So like, no, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here because we're still like debating on what we're gonna do. My oldest is engaged, so she's gonna be moving out of the house, and we're kind of now thinking, okay, so we're at this stage now of uncertainty with our children being older now, or adults, if you will. So I'm in this situation of uncertainty, and I'm like, dang it, what am I gonna do? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna stay here? Are we gonna move? Like, what are we doing? And obviously, the topic always ends up, what about Florida? Heck, I don't know. Every time I think about going out there, I just remember Jaws. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I cannot. Yeah, it is. I like the rag look. I actually prefer it to the more clean cut. I think that the clean cut is really good for like when you're doing ephemera specifically. Um, and you want to have that nice, clean, crisp kind of look. But for something that's kind of mixed media, you can go ahead and rip it up. It's all good. It's forgiving. And then with the plastic, obviously, you kind of look, Tanya, I still have. You kind of fix it all up. And then I'm gonna do, I think, a little bit of stenciling on this. I think. So let me see. Where's my grotto? Which is, I think, what I wanted to do. Huh. This is tough now. Let me see. No, I'm gonna glue this down first, I think. And then we'll figure out if I'm gonna do any stenciling because I might not have enough room for stenciling, honestly. So let's see. I wanna put that one there. So I gotta snip, snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. Okay. My scissors have been playing games with me for days. Have you guys ever experienced that where you like have one tool that all week long keeps disappearing on you? I swear I have like a little troll hiding around in here somewhere that keeps stealing my stuff. All right, so let's see. But yeah, I'm really excited, honestly, because like I said, every time that I sit there and like I start to try to produce something, like it just ends up taking me like down this whole journey of so many different ideas, so many different things, and sometimes I can't do them because you're trying to focus on one thing and your brain is telling you, go, hey, you come over here, look at this, yo, look at this. Like that's what I go through, and I'm like, not right now, I'm working. But hopefully I will be able to continue to bring you guys more and more and more designs. And I'm just super excited that the feedback has been this awesome because I was really, really scared, to be honest with you. As any person who's starting a business for the first time, is gonna be. It's very nerve-wracking, especially when you're working with your own designs, because I think it's a lot easier to sell somebody else's product than it is to sell your own. Because all the other products already have a name for themselves. They already have a certain reputation. You already expect a certain kind of quality. You already know basically what you're getting when you buy them because you've either bought them before or you've heard about them. But when it comes to something like this is such like shaky territory because again, I'm working with like chipboards. Not all chipboard qualities are great. Thankfully, I got a good one. But not all chipboard qualities are great, so you end up kind of going through all that. What's this one, right here? I had a huge situation happening to me at the beginning when I first opened because it was in the middle of the COVID and the warehouse that I originally was buying from basically went nuts and lost their mind, and I couldn't find their chipboard anywhere, and I was just like bugging out because I couldn't find it. And I ended up buying another chipboard and I hated it for what I needed it, for cutting wise, because different chipboards do different things, and I came to realize that now after all of this experimenting that I went through, trying to get my chipboards, the chipboards that I wanted. Thank you, Cindy. No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. And I was like going crazy because I thought I was like, I just started the shop and now I'm gonna have to close it because if I don't find the chipboard that I need, I'm not just gonna sell crap just to sell. Like it's not. That's not what I'm here. That's not what does it for me. I need it to be a certain kind of quality. I expect it to be, a certain kind of quality. So when I wasn't getting that, I started to panic. I'm not gonna lie. I started to panic. Started freaking out. Um, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but God is good as always. He might not respond to me ASAP, but he does respond, and I gotta say that I found it. By the grace of God, I found it, and I was like, yes, thank you. So I ordered some cases real quick, and now I'm in, back and forth in a good repertoire, if you will, with the distributor. So hopefully, this will be a new ongoing relationship that will continue to support my dream, if you will. So what I did with the other chipboard that I didn't really appreciate too much, and it's not that the other chipboard is bad quality, that's not what it is. But when you're cutting it with a machine and you're applying force to that, to that cardstock, it's gonna fray and it's gonna kind of, fall apart and it's gonna feather out if the chipboard isn't good. And the other chipboard is not good for that. It's not good for cutting it on the machine. Maybe for cutting it with a die or for, for other things is. So I turned it into journals. I was like, I'm not just gonna get stuck here with 700 pieces of chipboard. So like journals, how are you doing journals? Let's make some journals. So that's what I started doing. I turned them into journals and fixed it that way. Fixed my dilemma that way. So now I have journals and I can make them basically in just about any size. So right now the style that I have is kind of like a lap book style because you guys know I love lap books. Um, So it's kind of like a lap book stack. I didn't really put nothing down here, but I have the other ones. So this right here doesn't matter because I'm going to overlap this one here. So we're going to kind of put that there. But I think I'm going to put this a little bit towards the end after I get a little bit of gessoing in there. Not gessoing, stenciling in there. I'm going to put this white one here. I'm painting over the sides. So I want to add some texture to the bottom. And again, we're going to be kind of adding stickers to this. So let's see. So just kind of like to give you an idea of how you can kind of use these tags. You can totally go mixed media with it, or you can get a little bit more girly and, add your laces and your flowers and your this and your that. Yes. Yes, he's rarely ASAP. Every now and then I have got those ASAP responses like that. I'm like, where are you? Because it's just like so freaky that it's just like you was just like asking for that and like boom, if it kind of falls in your lap. But for the most part, I must say, I have the best experience. I have the best experience. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people look at me like I'm nuts for saying that. But listen, if you had if you were able to look into my life from like a peephole and see the affirmations that I receive, you will say, okay, what the heck is going on? But I don't know. I'm trying to see if I should even add any of this. Maybe not. Maybe not. So let's go ahead and add these little bits of chipboard that I was gonna add in here before. I think it was these right here, right? Let me kind of rip this up. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm gonna do it that way. Yes, he surely does. But it's all good thing because I have a sense of humor too. So it's all good. It's all good. And listen, even sometimes when things don't work out, it's still all good because it doesn't necessarily, just because you want it does not necessarily mean that it's meant for you, And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with trying and failing as long as I try, you know? It's that don't try thing that gets to me. Don't try and then complaining about it is what gets to me, you know? You can't complain about something you haven't tried. You got to try it first and see. I think I'm going to do it like that. I like it like that. I kind of want to add something in here, but I'm trying to figure out which one of my stencils is going to fit the design the best with the idea of me utilizing this vase thing as my centerpiece and then kind of creating some other things around it. So I need to kind of paint this somewhat of a solid color and then do some stuff to it. Ooh, maybe my all cracked up. This is all cracked up. I love the little quirky names I'm giving my stuff too. I'm having so much fun just with the names alone. Yes, I believe that. I really, really do. I really, really do. Because it's just like the irony in the situation sometimes. It's like, okay, 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 okay. I bet you had your coffee. Can I have my coffee now? So I think I'm going to use this all cracked up and at the same time kind of take advantage of it being covered up. This one is my favorite. I find myself using this one. This is my Olympic, what is it? The honeycombs? I think it's Olympic honeycombs, the stencil. Love it. Love it, love it. I know it's something honeycomb. Okay, so let's see. Let's put these stickers to the side because we're not going to necessarily use that. I'm going to put my glue gun to the side as well. Let me pull out some modeling paste. So that I can add some crackle to that. And I do not have much in this jar. I have to make more. It's just been such a weird, I mean, with COVID and everything, that just made it even more crazier of a year. But it's been a really, 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 on a personal note, aside from everything else that's going on worldwide, it's just been a crazy roller coaster for me this year. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that as well in their own personal, in their own personal life. Taking aside everything else that's going around worldwide, it's just been a crazy, crazy, crazy year. And I know that 2020, kind of represents the ability to see things clearly, but Jesus. It's beyond seeing things clearly at this point. Okay, so let me see. I need just kind of put that paste right there. And we're going to try to, this is the back, this is the front. Yeah, my stencils are really good thickness as well. So you get a nice dimension when you use the proper modeling paste. You'll get a nice dimension out of them. Let's see. Sorry if you guys are saying anything. I'm not looking up right now. I'm trying to add the stenciling in. Just a little bit, a little dabadooya, a little dabadooya. Right? Just a little something, something. Okay, that baby out there is not contento. He is not happy. I don't even know if I'm ready for next year. Honestly, Dorinda, I'm kind of scared. I am kind of scared. I really am. Because I don't think that the dust is going to settle so fast. So I'm kind of worried about what is next. Because things tend to, go up and down like roller coasters. So this year was really, really crazy. Hopefully next year will be a lot better. Yes, Cindy, you're right about that. You're totally right about that. Sometimes we're delusional in the things that we request. I've had my delusional moments, like wanting $800 boots. Delusional. That's rent right there, girl. What are you talking about? $800 boots. So, we have our delusional moments, that's for sure. But I believe that if you work hard at what you want, you can achieve it. without the help of anything or anyone, just your own hard work, you can totally achieve it. As long as you're focused and driven to do it, then you'll get it, you know? I debated with myself a lot for a long time because I was really, you know, you start thinking about what are people going to think, you know, so on and so forth. But I was like, you know what? No, because my experience here has just been crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do what I need to do and not worry, not focus, not listen, not anything to anything that anybody has to say that is negative or in a way of kind of like not how do you say the opposite of persuade? They try to like, you know, convince you that maybe that's not the best idea. Or, you know, you get a lot of people that are like, you know. But I was like, you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do for me because from the looks of this year, life is very, very short, and you're here now. You don't know what's gonna happen later, and I need to take advantage of my presence and do what I gotta do. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. And that's one thing about me. I don't like to, you know, I don't like to fight negativity with more negativity. I'd rather fill myself up with positivity and make you explode that way. Dissuade. I was thinking it in my head, Cindy, but I wasn't sure. Like I don't, you know, I don't want to say dissuading. That's not the word. But yes, 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 yes. It's a lonelier existence. I will say that. However, it's a much happier existence. It's a lot lighter. It's less stressful. You don't gotta worry about what anybody is thinking, about what anybody wants to do. You just have to focus on what you want to do and what you're thinking, which is amazing. It's so freeing, and it allows you to focus on one thing only. Especially when you're trying to do something like this, you can't be focusing on 100 different things. You gotta focus on what you want. So when I make my designs, I make them for me, and I hope that you guys like them. But I make them for me, and I share them, you know, with you guys. But I create based on the things that I like. And I think that that's something that I didn't do all the time before. So this is kind of cool because now I don't have to go shopping for like stuff to, you know, make me creative. I can just design it and be creative both ways. Um, okay, let's see. I want to add some stuff on here. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? Ooh, I have. It says eyelets because I switched the container. But these are like little plastic pellets. So we're gonna try to add a little bit of these in here and see what happens. How you doing, baby? Oh, okay. You work today? No, I did not. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Get to do more relax. Chelsea. Okay. She's over there, Justin and shit. Okay, mommy, I'm live. You can't be up in here. I'm sorry. It's okay. Yes, it is. It's okay. I still love you anyway. Don't worry. Yeah, she's adjusted. That's good. She made the beds and stuff. She's kind of mad that she has to share her room, but listen, as long as she's chasing her dreams and as long as God is blessing her along her way, she'll be all right. Yeah, she's been training like nonstop the past couple weeks. Well, for the weekend. Good. So she officially starts her first day at work. So how to be Monday. Safe. Yeah. And to wear her mask, doesn't matter what anybody else tells her. I told her that. Don't even. Wear your mask. Don't listen to anybody else. Wear your mask. She wants me to come up there in August. Give me a second, you guys. Well, we'll see about all that. What do you mean? We'll talk later. We'll talk later about your traveling plans. My traveling plans? Yeah. Yeah. My nose has been running. I'll talk to you later. And I'm trying to hold it down, but thank you, baby. That's my oldest. Her friend just moved to Georgia, I believe. She's pursuing a modeling career. And you know, parting is such sweet sorrow. You know, guys knows how that goes, especially when your best friend of eternity moves to a whole new state. You end up, you know, kind of missing them and feeling all of that, filling that void, if you will. So she's kind of going through that now. It's like a bittersweet. It's like she's happy because she's, you know, she's pursuing her dream, but then she's sad because she doesn't have her best friend anymore around. I don't know. They do because they think they're cool. That's the only thing that I can think of. You know, for some reason, high school has like the biggest impact on people. And the reason I'm gonna say that is because grown folk will still act like they're in high school and they have to have the trending sneakers and they have to have the trending clothes, you know, and all of that stuff. And I'm like, listen, you gotta live. You can't trend if you're not alive, you know? So I might have to move that from there. So I always make sure that I remind them, like, make sure you wear your mask. Like, don't. Oh, that's good. Yeah, my kids are lucky that way. Thankfully, I'm knock on wood. They're still friends with all the friends that they've ever been friends with, which is a very small amount, but they've been true, true friends through and through, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm debating. I think I want to add some sprays to this. So let me go ahead and start gessoing, adding a little bit of gesso over some of these flowers. And my gesso is drying out because I forgot to close it. So it's more like a paste right now. Because you guys know I make my own gesso. I'm waiting for Deco Art to officially open because they have some new yummies that they've created. Some new gessos that I want to try. And I'm like hopping over here, jumping up and down, waiting for them to kind of bring that out. I so want to try them. They're like chalky gessos, and you guys know I love me some chalky gesso. I love me chalky paint. So I'm so glad that they brought out the chalky gesso because I've been talking about chalky gesso for a while because every time I use a chalky paint, I use it as a substitute for the gesso because I just like the texture of it. I like the fact that I can draw on it nicely and just the tooth of it. Like I really do like it. Oh no. It's really sad. It's really sad. All of my friends that I have from childhood, they're all over the world basically. They've moved all over the world. They're all over the place. We don't keep in contact much. But we do, you know, every now and then be like, hey, how you doing? How's life? How the kids? How's the husband? How's your mom? How's your sister? How's your brother? You know how that combo goes, right? How's the dog? How's the cat? How's the bird? Is that fish still alive? Oh man. So this is what I think I'm gonna do. And this is kind of plain for me. So I think what I'm gonna do with these on the side, while I still can, I'm gonna grab my glue gun and I'm gonna actually add texture to those by just adding hot glue to them. So I'm gonna hot glue some swirls. My brush train is passing by. Don't mind it, don't mind it. So my live streams for the next couple days, or maybe the next week or so, are gonna be crazy, crazy, like super uber crazy. So we'll see how that all kind of goes. But I'm not gonna necessarily guarantee that I'm gonna be able to go live or even upload a video for that matter. It all depends on how things go over here. So I'm just gonna do this and just kind of add some glue gun texture to all these little areas here, kind of like a zigzag pattern. And it doesn't matter if they don't match. They don't need to match. It's just for texture. It's just to give it something. so that when I go adding the metallics and the sprays and everything else, it kind of has something to grab onto. And remember, you guys, every time that I do these videos, that I do these live streams, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway every month. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it for June. I don't think I got a lot of people that actually came back to the videos and commented, and that was like the one thing that you guys had to do, was come back to those videos and comment so that I go off of those videos, because it's just too hard to go through the chat log of each and every single live stream, and that's basically what I've been doing a lot of, is going live. Although that's gonna be changing soon as well. I'm gonna be doing a lot of premieres, and those are gonna count as well. You know, they're gonna count the same. So wherever you see the hashtag Happy Day Crafts, or happydaycrafts.com, be it on my community post or be it on one of my videos, you want to make sure that you come to those videos and you comment in the community, you know, in the comment section under the video, and leave some kind of comment, because when I go back and I do the drawings or I go writing down people's names, I'm gonna go right off of that list, instead of going back and forth to the chat. So what I'll probably do is I'll go to the chat and skim to see if anybody was there, and just write, you know, whatever I can pick up from the people that were there, and give them an extra entry if possible, for, you know, for being as a part of the live as well as coming back to the video. So you don't have to watch the video twice. If you were here during the live, then that's more than enough. You just have to come back to the video and comment something, comment anything. As long as you comment, you're good to go. And I'm gonna do monthly drawings, and this is gonna be for a gift card for my store, so that you can go shopping for free on me. Okay, that's a good question, Cindy. So as far as winning twice, I think that how I want to do it, just to keep it fair, if you won, let's say you won in May, then you can't win in June, but you can win in July, right? So that makes any sense. So if you won in May, which you did, you won for May, then you wouldn't be able to win in June. However, once July comes, then you'll be able to win. So you can't win consecutively, but you can win more than once. You just can't win consecutively. If that, you know, if that works. So that's good right there. I think I did pretty good with that. And again, this is just for texture more so than it is for anything else. I think at this stage in the game, I do want to go ahead and start adding. Do I? I do like this here. But will it? And I think it does kind of match. No, it doesn't match. So I'm going to have to glue this in and jostle this up real quick. And you guys help me achieve my dreams faster when you share. Share the store, share the, you know, share the video or share the channel. Because I don't necessarily advertise anywhere. I do my own advertisement. I'm my own salesman over here, which is fine. Love it. You know, if you can't do it, who's gonna do it for you? So I'm advertising my stuff as best as I can with my quirky little self. All right. So I kind of like that. I really do. I would almost leave it like that, almost, but we're not gonna do that. So where am I just over here? So let's see. I'm gonna jostle that flower up, and then I'm gonna use some sprays. And I have my own flowers as well. But I didn't pull them out for this one. I wanted to kind of you know, use these little appliques and just show their sensitive side. Show the sensitive side of the tag. Thank you, Dorinda. That would be amazing. I think so far the only one that's done that is Tanya. Super grateful to that girl for doing her video. But I would greatly appreciate that. Again, you know, it's when you're new, it's like a little bit difficult to get word of mouth going. That's like the hardest thing. But it's almost like like I'm scared of it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm like so fearful. I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen if this, that, and the third? And you start thinking about all these different scenarios, and they're all equally scary. They're all equally scary. Okay, so, but I would very much appreciate it. I would appreciate anybody that purchases if they share. Even if it's just like a little picture, like, hey, look, I went over here. Whisper, hey, go check her out. There's no shame in my game, you guys. There's no shame in my game at all. I worked hard for a long time. And I continue to work hard. And shall continue, right? Because we can never, ever give up. Because in the words of Cuomo, we are New York smart, we are New York tough. I know a lot of you guys have seen his videos, his conferences. I got so used to seeing him. It was like 10-10 win. I got so used to seeing him every single day. Now I'm like, where's Cuomo at? It's crazy. I would have never thought that I would be here speaking about a governor, any governor. I never speak about the presidents, nevertheless the governors. And here I am saying Cuomo's name all over the place. I don't know who that is. I don't think I know who that is. Yeah, but I'd rather how can I explain it, Dorinda? Like I want the people that purchase, you know, I want them to do it because they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want them to do it because they want to, not because they feel like they have to or they feel obligated or anything like that. Like I never want to make anybody feel like, oh my God, you know, pressurized to do this and to do that. Like that's not my MO at all. If you're so inclined to do it, that is amazing. If not, I still appreciate the fact that you purchased, and I'm in love with the fact that you're creating with it. So regardless of everything else, I already know, you know, I already feel good just about that alone. That part of it is amazing. To be honest with you, that's like the most amazing part of it for me, is to know that people are actually creating with something that I made. Let me get this thing off of here because I keep shaking that camera. That is the most beautiful thing to me. I have to be careful with this glue. I don't want it to melt, but I do need to kind of like dry this up a little bit real quickly. And we're almost going to be done with this. A little bit of color, a few stickers, and voila! Say no more. All right, so I got some sprays here. We're going to start kind of spraying this baby out. And then we're going to dry it and then place our stickers wherever we're going to place our stickers. Hi, Ada. Oh, it's okay, love. You're never late. Nobody's ever late. As long as I'm still live, you're not late. Now, if the show's over, you're late. Oh, yummy. Good. I'm glad that you're eating. That's awesome. That's awesome. All I had today was coffee so far. But I'm not much for somebody like, I did a lot of changing of my eating habits in the last year or so. On my pursuit for, you know, to lose weight and to get a little bit more, to get to a shape that I want. So basically I curbed my appetite, and I've portion controlled and done so many different things in the past couple, you know, months, and it's been really working for me. I still eat my ice cream though, you guys, because I can't help it. I literally had ice cream yesterday. I had American Dream by what is it, Ben and Jerry. Love it. But maybe a little shabby with this one, maybe. What I would say. But every now and then I do have, like, you know, I'll have like a cheap meal, if you will. But mostly I have like smaller portions. That's awesome. I lost around the same. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. I had to like literally get rid of almost all my clothes because like they all fell off of me. Like I was just shocked. And that was within a couple of months of me starting, and it didn't even require for me to do like a whole bunch of exercise. Just with the controlling of the portions was enough. And I kind of tricked my mind little by little, into believing that I was having like this, that I was eating the same amount that I was eating before. I don't know if I tricked my mind or I tricked myself, but either way, either way, they're both part of the same component. But whatchamacallit, and little by little, I just started shrinking it, shrinking it, shrinking it. And I started off by basically the same plate that I would always eat off of. And I just made sure that every time that I served my food, I wasn't too worried about how many grains of rice I had or how much ounces of chicken or whatever. Like I didn't do it that way. What I would do is that normally I would fill my plate. That's how I would eat before. Because I only eat really once a day. I'm not one to like have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I just eat one day, during the middle of the afternoon, which is usually when I cook. So I started to just making sure that I left space on that plate. Like don't fill up the whole plate. And every couple days I will make that space bigger on the plate so that I gave my body kind of time to adjust. So I made sure that I left a bigger space, a bigger space, a bigger space. So I will try to minimize how much carbs, more so than anything, because the protein is not really too bad, but I was trying to minimize how much carbs. Like if I was eating rice and beans, let's say, if I really love beans. Like I love beans. I'm Dominican, you guys. I love beans. So what I would try to do is like I would put a little bit of rice and put a little bit more beans, because beans have a little bit more protein, even though they're carbs too, but they have a little bit more protein. So I would try to put a little bit more beans and a little bit less rice and try to do it that way. And little by little started working. And I tried the keto diet. I did that thing for a month, but I got so sick and tired of eating broccoli. I didn't know what else to make. It was like broccoli, fish, and broccoli, broccoli, and fish, and broccoli, chicken, broccoli. I was like going nuts. I was losing my mind. I couldn't do it with the damn broccoli anymore, the cauliflower, and the just veggies all the time. Like I was just bugging. I couldn't. I was like, I'm gonna end up cheating on this diet like crazy. And I did it for a whole month. I really did. I did it. I didn't cheat once. I did it every single day, and I did see some changes. I'm not gonna lie. So it's not that it doesn't work. It does work. I will say that it does work. It was working for me. But there was like such a lackluster of the foods, and no matter how I seasoned it, it was still the same. So I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it anymore. It was driving me freaking crazy. So I stopped that, and then like I let myself go a little bit. I was like, chips and ice cream, here we go. Dive in head first. It's been a while. Come on, rice. Come on, beans. And the thing is that I was still cooking that food for my family, because my kids and my husband, he's not playing that. They're not playing that. I need to make that rice and that bean. It don't matter what kind of meat, but that rice and that bean has to be there. That's automatic. Oh, the new chipboards are, oh yes, you missed it. Where did I put them? Oh, I have new chipboard tag shapes. So the one that I'm working right now, this one's called the Enchanted Mirror. It's this one right here. And you can basically create all different types of stuff with it. Then I have this one. These are going to be all added on July the 1st, I believe. The first week of July, July the 1st, I believe. I'll put a post up on my community to let you guys know, like, hey, the products are up in the store now. Or I'll try to make a quick little video. You weren't here, but they're going to be doing some repairs in my house. So I don't know what's going to be happening as far as like, all of that other stuff, like for the July release. Your order, I already have. I just have to ship it out. But I'm talking about like any orders that come in July, at least within the first week or the second week. Just try to stay updated with my community, because I'll try to, put posts there, or if you follow me on Facebook, I'll try to put posts up there as well, and just kind of let you guys know what's happening. As far as me being able to complete orders, or how crazy my house is, or whatever the case is, I'll try to notify you guys and let you know, so that you're aware of time-wise what's happening. But I might be a little bit late, but I will ship it out. That's not a problem. This is the basic. I did like a basic tag, and I was saying that some of these I can do small. I actually have smaller versions of them that I made. This is my Octo Fish. I love the Octo Fish. He's like an octopus when you put him this way, and then he's like a fish when you put him to the side. So this way he's an octopus, but if you use him as a tag on the side, you can also use it as a tag on the side, like a little banner piece. Then he looks like a fish. So his name is Octo Fish. And then we have the little house. You can use it like a birdhouse, regular house, you know, any kind of home sweet home type of theme, whatever you want to use. And then this is my scorpion coffin tag because it's the shape of a coffin on the inside. And then it's got like crab legs and crab arms. However, you can totally play with this a little bit more and cut up maybe some of the little sections that are dividing it. And then you could turn it into like a mummy coffin, which is how it originally started. But I give all that information and all that juicy detail in the beginning of the video. Oh, there's gonna be every month I'm gonna be putting out 2 releases. One will be chipboard and the other one will be stencils. And if in fact I end up creating a new product that doesn't fall under those 2 categories, then that'll have its own separate release, and I'll let you guys know about that ahead of time. But for the most part, I try to do at the beginning of the month the chipboard and at the middle of the month the stencil. That's the kind of order that I've been kind of working through, just so that I don't overwhelm myself too much, because it is a lot to put into the store as far as, you know, information, prices, you know, all that, all the details, all that stuff, taking pictures and this and that. Like, it's just a lot to do when I have to do it all at the same time, and then also work on you guys' order. So I think that it allows me a little bit of a break, as far as, you know, handling that a little bit better. So that's kind of like what I've been doing. I really want more pink in here. So yeah, there'll definitely be more ads for July. At the beginning of July, I'm gonna officially release like some of the chipboards. Like I've made some trees. I made a few other things. I've made a few things that I haven't necessarily shared with you guys all the way yet. So we are working on that. I'm gonna be adding those things in there. Adding a little bit of purple in there. And then where's my whites? Adding a little bit. Ooh, it was open. Just kind of, ooh, a little bit. Right there. And then a little bit of water. Let that kind of dance around a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna try to dry this a little bit, and then we're gonna go in with some metallics, and I'll add some of the pictures and stuff. This is what it's looking like so far. You guys can totally see the all cracked up stencil that's in the background with a little bit of collaging, a little bit of music notes is all you really see, which is perfect. I think it gives it the perfect little touch because it almost looks like a faraway place. So this can be like somebody's windowsill as opposed to being an enchanted mirror. You can use it like a window, so I think that's kind of how it's allowing itself to be right now. And you could just do a whole bunch of stuff to that. You could use them however you want. That's what's awesome. But just make sure that you remember this is chipboard. You have to dry between layers. Gesso first if you're going to be adding wet stuff, and dry between layers so that you don't corrupt your structure. Yeah, like a stained glass. Yes, Cindy. Good eye. Hello, hello, Anastasia. I needed to do something that was a little bit shabby. I haven't done shabby in a while. And I've kind of pulled myself back a lot from doing paper crafts. So the tags kind of allow me to play with paper crafts a little bit without diving too deep back into it. Without still with still being able to keep the premise mixed media, um, and that kind of stuff. So, and now we're going to go ahead and maybe, let's see, grab a little bit of this Zeth Apter, and this is a dye-based ink, so that means I'm end up with green fingers. I already know it. Ooh. Ooh, yes, yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, put it right on the top. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot if I do say so myself. All right, let's spray that down a little bit. Just kind of allowing that to just mix and mingle just a little bit. And I need some black. Here's my black, just for the sides. And Let's just kind of do that, give it that kind of dreamy-ish kind of look to it. And I need to pick up all that color because I'm gonna be mad as heck if I lose it all. So let's grab some paper. And while we still can, pick it up, 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 right? We can always use this again later, right? All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's just dry that up just a smidge. Put this back and keep on driving. Thank you, thank you. See, that means a lot to me, you guys. That really does. Because we're naturally born insecure for the most part, unless you're super conceited. I don't necessarily see it as a flaw. It's just something that, you know, you fight with for the rest of your life, basically. I think everybody goes through that for one reason or another. So it's super awesome when you get to hear that people actually like what you're doing. Just kind of let you know that you're on the right track. I really like how this is looking. I'm gonna paint all of this first, and I'm gonna add the little details of the whatchamacallit. And this is gonna go in my first order for July. I'm gonna include this as a gift in the first order that I get for July. Effective July, not effective today. Effective July. I popped your bubble. You thought it was perfect. What bubble? You talking about a mental bubble or like an actual bubble? All right, so I kind of like that. So now let's go ahead and grab some metallics and see what we do. I have here some of these Finnabair ones, which I have them close enough. I might as well kind of play with them a little bit and see if I like it. This is the teal one, right? Peacock. So let's just get a little bit creative, right? That's what this is for. This is kind of help you to get those juices flowing, and hopefully if it can do that, then I have done my job, because that is my goal, to get your juices flowing, to get you guys, you know, if you're feeling like you're down now in a funk, creative funk, or if you have a specific project in mind and just couldn't find the right pieces, hopefully I can help you with that. And hopefully if you've purchased them and you look at them, you're like, oh, I want to do this, and oh, I want to do that. That right there, that's everything. For me, that's everything. Just knowing that that is the case for a lot of people. Ah, I smudged my paper. This is not all the way dry right there. And it's all about layers, you guys. And once this is dry, it'll get flat. It's still a little bit moist, so it's gonna be curvy while it's still moist. But once it's dry, it gets flat. I like that. So a little shabby, but you guys know I still like a little bit of grunge in my shabby. So it'll be shabby, but with a little bit of grunge to it. And this has been my new favorite color, which is the Firebird. So I'm going to try to add a little bit of that as well. Carmen, this is all one piece. Yes, it is. It's one piece. These are going to be my new shaped tags that I'm adding to the store in July. This is this one right here. And I'm going to call it Enchanted Mirror, but you can use it as a window. You can use it as a door. You can use it however you want to use it. But, you know, the feel of it. I try to name them based on the feeling that they give me, or what they kind of resemble to me. You know, my mind kind of works in a little bit of a quirky kind of way sometimes. So I want to kind of add this on the side. And just kind of do this. And I know this probably doesn't match with that, but orange and purple match, right? Or is it me bugging out? I thought orange and purple kind of match. This is kind of orange in this color. It's like an orangey with like tones of copper in it, and little tones of like a little bit of red. That's kind of how I see it. So I'm gonna do that. And this is just so much fun to keep just like adding. You could just add metallics to the stuff like forever. Forever, forever. You just have so much fun and get lost. And that's what I tend to do, you guys. I tend to get lost in my own little artistic worlds. I tend to take little journeys every time that I create something, which is why I always have some kind of weird story where I end up giving them a weird name because I literally have a whole storyline that plays in my head for just about all of the stuff that I end up creating, drawing, making somehow, some way. It kind of just helps me to make sense of it all. So right now, this is like a country window. This is like a window in an enchanted castle. And when she looks out of the window, her beautifully decorated window, she sees nothing but country. It's so beautiful and peaceful that you could almost see music notes in the air. Shabby grunge, yes. A little bit of shabby grunge for you guys. Oh, you love the little bubbles. Oh, yeah. So you've been playing with the bubbles, huh? Gotta love a little bit of grungy, shabby, right? A little shabby grunge right there. I kind of want to, see, this is a little bit, just a little damp. Not too much, but it is a little damp. So what am I trying to do? Let me see what I have here. As far as a metallic that I can put over some of those flowers, that'll work for me. I already that one. Oh, maybe some white. Where's my white? Okay, it's still moist. This is one of the ones that I reconstituted with the clay softener. If you haven't watched that video, go check that video out. Whenever you see those plastic wraps in the wax, is because I fixed it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this white. This is called White Frost Metallic Luster by Deco Art. And this video was done like 2 weeks ago. And I haven't used it, and you can see I can this was a rock when I first did it. Like literally it's a complete rock. And now I can just very easily glide my finger through it and use my waxes again. This was completely dry, 2 seconds away from being tossed in the garbage. And I saved it. So if you haven't seen that video, go check that video out. If you have any of these waxes, Finnebear wax is not included because I don't think that those dry out. I think those are made a little bit differently, so it doesn't necessarily apply to those. But if you buy like the Deco Art ones or some of the other waxes, it might work for some of your other waxes like the Inca Golds and things like that. If they dry out, then it might work. It might work for you. So if you want to see how I did it, then definitely check that out. And definitely share that video if you have friends that use waxes, because for the longest time I was struggling, you know, with them because they dry out so fast. But now I know how to reconstitute them whenever they dry. So it's not necessarily a permanent fix, but it definitely allows you to use them as they were intended, which is good. So this is what this is looking like. I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning for July the 4th. That's what I'm doing. I think I want to go back into it and add a little bit of just pure white. So let me grab myself some white here. Just gonna grab a little bit, just to add a little bit of white in there as well. And then we're gonna start gluing on the things, and it'll be time for me to go. So I'm just gonna dab it in there, even though I have some of the texture already there, just to kind of reinforce the whiteness into it a little bit more. Just to kind of add that back in there a little bit. Even if it's not necessarily in the same shape and or scheme. Just so, I don't know, a little something something, right? A little something something. Just to kind of brighten up that background a little bit. And now we're gonna dry 2 seconds and start to glue on the stickers and finish this piece up. And I think it looks really nice. And I'm super excited to see how many different ways I can work with this tag. That's really gonna be the awesome part. That's gonna be the challenge, right? Is to use it in different ways. I'm really excited about the Octo Fish because in my mind, I see it as though like there's a whole scene in here. So it's almost like he ate the scene and it's transparent in his belly. So like he ate whatever and it's in there. So like you can see it in his belly. So I'm really interested to see what the hell I'm gonna do with that one, but we're gonna figure it out. I just love it because it's so like interesting because you can make it, you can look at it from 2 different angles, and you will either see a fish or you'll see an octopus, and I thought that was like super cool and something that you don't really see are like hybrid type of designs that you can see 2 different things at once. It's like that picture of that old lady that if you turn her around you see a young girl, but if you turn it the other way you see an old lady. It's kind of like that. Let's see. I think I want to do something like this. And what do I want to do? Do I want to take this off? Yes, I do. I'm going to take that back sticker off because I don't really need it. I'd rather just keep this part of it. I don't really need the back part. I think that's going to look so super cool. I turn my glue gun off. Why? Let's see what else we can add over here. Just a whole bunch of like little things. Something like that. I'm just gonna place them down and then I'll glue them once my glue gun is ready. Like that. The cool things that you can do with Dollar Tree stickers, right? I love working with these types. Now, I don't know, I don't like the other ones. The ones that look a little bit kiddish, yeah, that's not really my cup of tea. I usually give those out. But like the ones that are kind of realistic in a certain sense, I love those because I can do so much of them. I like opposite to that. Okay, Carmen, do you have a negative stencil from that one? Oh, from the stencil from the tag? Oh, it's okay, Anastasia, don't worry. Ada, you mean for the tag? If I have a stencil for the tag? You know, I was thinking about that yesterday. I don't know if that's what your question is, but I was thinking about doing the stencils for them because I figured I'm like, you know what, you can totally add like a journaling area in your art journals, by creating like a stenciled area that just stays blank as opposed to everything else. So what I might do is do kind of like how I did the octopus, so that when you're creating on your page, you can just put that part down onto your page and then spray everywhere. And then when you lift that up, you'll have that nice clean area, and then you can kind of fill it in. From stencil you use. Oh, from the crack, all cracked up. If I have a no, I don't, but I can probably get it. I could probably make it. It's just it's gonna change. It's gonna change the look of it because once when you're working with the other side of it, you have to kind of connect the bridges. You have to connect every little shape to every other little shape. Once you do that, it kind of changes the pattern a little bit. Not too much, but it does add more to that pattern, so it looks a little bit different than how it does, you know, regularly. But I can totally work on that. I can totally you know, work on that. Again, that's the awesomeness of you know, being your own designer. Really, you can kind of work with just about anything. You can make just about anything. So I can totally try and see how it looks and send you a picture. And if you like it, then you let me know. Doesn't that look nice? That looks basically done already. It looks so dreamy. Like, oh my God, I haven't done shabby anything in a while. And this is not completely shabby, but it's shabby-ish, right? It's shabby-ish. Okay, my friends, you guys are like stuck in space there. Let's see. I'm trying to see like where this is gonna look good. Like there, like there. Did I use up all my glue sticks? I sure did. Oh my God, I put them here. So it's been a while for me since I kind of played with stickers and stuff. This is one of those things that I always debate on getting rid of, and I never really do because I have quite a little bit of a collection when it comes to these since they first started coming out in Dollar Tree. I've been through I think like 5 different packaging styles already for the same exact sticker. And everybody keeps thinking, oh, those are new. They're not new. Same one, they just changed the packaging. But I love these. I love these kinds of stickers, especially like the flower ones and stuff like that. I love them. Stay there. I just love this. All these purple everything. And I don't even love purple. Purple's not my color. But I do enjoy the touch. Can you cover chipboard with Mod Podge to protect it? Yes, you can. And use it over and over? Like, what do you mean use it over and over? Because once you add the Mod Podge to it, it's protected, but I don't know if you're going to be able to use it like a chalkboard where you can just erase and kind of bring it back, like if that's what you mean. Now, you can totally turn these into like little chalkboard tags and paint them with chalkboard paint, and then you could write on them and unwrite on them and all of that good stuff. Then you could do that. Right? Doesn't that look nice? Oh my goodness. Today's a good day, you guys. Today is a good day. I love it. Love it, love it. Sometimes you just don't know. You just end up in a funk trying to figure it all out. You end up in a funk trying to figure it all out sometimes. Yeah, that could go well there. That can go well there. Do I want that one? Decisions. Oh, look at this pretty big one. And that's another thing I love about the fact that they are double, so I can use both layers. I can pick the top, which a lot of times I just pick the top and leave the bottom because the top is kind of chipboardy. It's kind of cardstocky, if you will. Yeah, I like that. And I guess to kind of hang down that way. So this tag, like I said, is going to be included in the first order for July. And I will let you guys know who actually wins it. And this has nothing to do with if you've won before. So this is not related to the gift card. The gift card is the one that you can only win once every other month. Just to keep it fair for everybody else who's purchasing. I don't want it to seem like there's any kind of favoritism or anything like that. So just to keep it fair, I want to make sure that I do it that way. For your sanity and mine. Okay, let me see the butterfly. Ooh, let me add some of these little, can I take these little, why put these little petals in there if I can't lift the petals up? Like, come on, man. Really? You did all this double layering and you couldn't add the little petals that you got in there? What's up? What's up, man? Okay, let me click that off. Put that right there. And we're about done. A little sentiment. I think a little bit of glue maybe. And little dabs here and there of just iridescence and opulence. And add a little bit of this. Just, you know, so that it has something going on, something extra. And pick a sentiment, and we're done, you guys. We are done. And I want to thank you all so, so much. Oh, you love it? Thank you, Dorinda. Thank you, guys. No, use it as a stencil. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let me just shake all this excess glitter around. Make sure that anything that needs to catch catches. Toss the rest of that out. And we have this beautiful cascade happening. And let's get a sentiment, and let's see what kind of sentiment works with this project today. And this is going to be my enchanted window as opposed to my enchanted mirror, because it turned into a window as opposed to a mirror. So this is what's cool about it. You can do whatever you like with it. Let's see. Live your dream with passion. Does that fit? I think it fits perfectly, right? Live your dream with passion, because if you don't do that, then what's the point, right? If you cannot do that, then what is the point, my friends? Take advantage. If there's a project that you wanted to do, if there's something that you wanted to start, do it. Don't wait till it's too late. And approach every situation with passion, and it'll come out in your favor. Right there. Right there, right there. I'm sure that it's not stuck on there anything. And I love it. And my dirty little fingers probably dirtied it because I got glue and all that stuff. But this is how it came out. Let me put it there on the white so you guys can see it. This is how it came out. This is the enchanted. These are gonna be the enchanted shape tags. Is that what I want to call it? I know I'm gonna give it a name. For right now, these are my shaped tags. These are exclusive to happydaycrafts.com. Designed by moi, Elemental Designs. You're not gonna see anything like this anywhere else unless they stop by my channel or my store. These are shaped tags, Pearl. These are custom shaped tags that I'm designing. And they're gonna be available in a few different sizes. This is gonna be put up on the store on July, the first week of July. I'm shooting for July the 1st. I'm gonna start working on adding some of them in as of today. Hopefully you guys can see them. They're all different shapes. Right now I have the first 5. We have 2 that are basic, which is just your basic shape tags, and then we have 3 that are actual shapes. So we have the Enchanted Mirror, which can be used in any way, not just a mirror. I used it as a window today. We have our Octo Fish, which can be an octopus or a fish, and it's kind of like a banner tag. And it's got the banner in the center. And then we also have our Scorpion Coffin Tag. It's got the Coffin Tag in the center, and it's got like the scorpion crab legs and arms, however you want to put it. This can totally work for like something nautical, something Halloweeny. It all depends on how you want to use it. But that's the ones that are going to be going up in the store effective July, along with a couple other chipboard designs that I'm going to do my best to do a video. If I haven't shared those yet, I'm going to go through them and see which ones are the ones that I'm going to be adding. But I am, oh, it's okay. I'm going to be adding, you know, all the other ones. I've already added butterflies to the store. Give me a second. I'm going to do, if you guys don't mind, let me see. I have like 10 more minutes. If you guys don't mind, I will get my store open and just kind of briefly show you real quick what I have. So I believe I can share screen with this program. So give me 1 second, just bear with me, and I will share screen. Share screen. And let's see. Is it that one? All right, it should be this one. Let's see. Let's see. Application with the Chrome tab. So the Chrome tab that I want to share is that one. So hopefully you guys can see it. This is my store. Let me see. Okay, you guys, let me see if you guys can see it. I'm waiting for it to pop in. And yes, please do hit the thumbs up. I know that I have the thumbs up kind of down right now. I mean, I don't have it visible, but I do see it and I do appreciate it. And YouTube sees it, which is the most important part. So this is the store, you guys. And basically, I have my guest book. Please, if you come to my site, please sign my guest book. This is just for me to have something to look back on. It's kind of like the yearbook, you know, that you do at the end of the year when you graduate from high school and all your friends sign it. So this is my version of that. Please sign my guest book when you come to the store. So here you're gonna find everything. If you want to find what's the new that was added, just go to sort by latest, and that'll give you all the latest products that have been added to the store. Which you're gonna see a lot of stencils because that's what I just did. I just released a few different stencil designs, so we have all of those. And I tried to keep them again, you know, really cool. The kaleidoscope, oh my God, it looks kind of crazy and wonky there. Trust me, you guys, when you put these things down and you pass that paste through it, you are gonna be like, wow. I just did a box with that and I love the texture that I got from that. I use that and my trio stencil, which is a 3-in-1 stencil, and I love the pattern that I have. So here we have butterflies. We have all different types of stuff. This is the fire. This is like my fairy angel pixie type of design. We have flowers. We have journals. I have D-stashes that I put up there as well. I have flower D-stashes and a few other D-stashes. I have more things to add. But basically, you're going to see, I try to, some of the designs I can make in chipboard form. So like sometimes I'll make the chipboard and then I'll make a stencil for it. So you might see some of the designs that look like they're repeating themselves. It's just that they're in different forms. One can be a chipboard, the other one can be a stencil. I can't really see what you guys are asking me right now, so just give me a second while I kind of scroll through this because I can only see one screen at a time. These are some of my other ones. This is a trio stencil. This one actually has 3 patterns in one. So you get a brick, you get a brick design, a cobble design, and then something that looks kind of like a chain fence. So you get you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here, you guys. Go and check it out. These are all stencils. I got face stencils as well. These are chipboards, everything in the bottom. So like there's different stuff. I have different collections. If you want to look at the things by collections, all you have to do is go here. Well, go here to product gallery, and there you'll see my Jupiter. Into the Wild is like the one that I have with like animals, this and that. Then we have my stencils. Mechanical Odyssey is more of a steampunk version. Assorted chipboards is the ones where I have like basic shapes and things of that nature. Ladies of Paradise is another chipboard. So most of it is like a lot of chipboard designs, but I also have in there stencils and stuff like that. So that's how it's going so far. If you're a first-time visitor, please read that because that's the disclaimer, you know, that just protects you and protects me. So make sure that you read that. And I also have these stashes that I put up in that section there. So now I'm coming back and I'm gonna take this out and let me stop sharing so I can say goodbye to you guys. Remove. Awesome sauce. So just so that you guys can get kind of like a feel for it and see more or less. Let's put some. Anastasia, any product, like actual product as far as like sprays, so on and so forth, that I end up putting up in the store, first of all, it won't be now. And second of all, if I do end up doing that, it'll be something that I make, that I designed, that I created for your use. It won't be like I won't be selling other brands through my shop. That's not what my shop is for. You guys can continue to support and you know, visit your friends that you probably already shop from already that have those kinds of stores where they're selling like, you know, your mixed media products, your this product, your that product. You can still go there and not feel guilty about shopping here because I'm selling something completely different for a completely different purpose. So thank you, Dorinda. Yes, that's the one that's on my journal cover. That's the fire. That's this one right here. Oh. I got all my drawers out. That's the fire. That's this one right here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's why she's on the front cover and the inside cover, because she's inviting you and she's like, hey, you, I have love. Come in. Come and get some. So yeah, you guys. It's growing, like it's starting to, it's starting to grow now. It's starting to grow because I'm just putting out so many different designs. Now it's starting to like, pick up and grow. But designs take me a little bit of time to make, just so you guys know, because I don't have them stockpiled. I don't stockpile them because that'll be a waste of my resources for me to stockpile designs that might move, might not move. And since everybody has different style, different taste, not everybody's gonna gravitate towards the same designs. Just because I like it doesn't mean that you guys are gonna like it. So at the end of the day, I don't want to produce a whole bunch and cut out a whole bunch of stuff that I'm just gonna end up having there to end up having to give it away on clearance or give it away, period. So I make them as the orders come in, first come, first serve. I try to ship out between once to twice a week when I'm able, depending on how many orders I get. Because I did go through a period where I had so many orders that I like it was a lot, and I couldn't get to the post office until I finished all of that. So just be aware, and if you ever have any questions, any doubt, any concerns, please be sure to hit me up, let me know, email me, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, community, however you want to do it. If you have any questions, if you want to suggest something, request something, you can always hit me up because I do take custom orders. And yeah, the site is secured, so it's got a certificate. So we're good to go there. You guys can feel, safe when shopping there. Your information is encrypted and it's paid through PayPal. So I don't even keep your payment information on my site. All I keep on my site is your address, your name, and your order history. That's it. And that's about that. So with that being said, you guys, oh my God, I love it. I love how it came out. I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out, but it came out really cool. So somebody's gonna get this. I don't know who. I don't know who. I don't know who. I wonder which one of you will it be. Yeah, right. You can do so many different things, and I can also see myself like kind of like adding lace to all of this, or like free flowing lace, and like having it so the lace is kind of like have movement and stuff like that. There's so many different things that you can do. But I'm super excited, you guys. I want to thank you all so much for helping me have a very awesome beginning to my Sunday. Hopefully the rest of my Sunday goes just as well. And I'll keep you guys updated. Again, July the 1st, I'm going to start working on adding the information in, but it'll become available July the 1st, along with other chipboard designs that I have done. I have a whole bunch of butterflies. I didn't see that I added them in, so those are going to be added in as well. I got a whole bunch of butterflies. They came out so stinking cute. I showed that in one of my a previous video to this one, I believe, is where I showed that. So if you want to kind of jump through that, because they are lives, they are long, but you can feel free to go ahead and just jump through. You can check out some of the stuff that I have shared. Okay, so thank you all so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that bell so when I go live, because I go live sporadically, you'll be aware. And yes, comment for your chance to win. Don't forget to come back to the video. Have a blessed one, you guys. Stay safe. Bye.